You will know your worth on semen retention. See, if a woman will say, "Oh, I'll pay for this date," you will let her pay for it and accept it. You won't try to prove to her that, "Oh, I'm a man." A lot of y'all guys think that, "Oh, I'm a man, I'll pay for it." Nah, you're gonna accept it and let her pay for it. She say, "Oh, I want to take you on vacation, or I want to take you shopping." You're gonna accept that as a man. You will know your worth on semen retention. You will want women to prove themselves to you on semen retention. You won't be trying to prove yourself to women on semen retention. See, this is the thing when you get on semen retention. A lot of you guys, you need to get on semen retention. You don't know your worth as a man. A lot of men. And it's sad and it's ridiculous. You think you're supposed to do everything. You think you're supposed to pay for everything. You think you're supposed to impress women. You think you're supposed to be, this nice guy, to be impressive, to try to get everybody to like you. You won't care who like you when you get on semen retention. You're going to be yourself. You will know your worth on semen retention. If you want to start a business, you're not going to be slowful about it. You're going to start that business because you know your worth. If you want to get a better job, you're just going to, quit that job and go get a better job because you know your worth. You're not going to settle for less on semen retention. See, a lot of you guys, you're settling for less and you're not on semen retention. A lot of guys are doing this. Simping come into play. Worshiping women. You will not put women before you on semen retention. You're going to put yourself first as a man because you are the head and she's the tail. You're the leader. She's the follower when you want semen retention. Guys, you're going to know your worth on semen retention. A lot of you guys need to get on this, especially a lot of you older guys. You need to get on semen retention. A lot of you guys, you don't know your worth, man. Putting women up on a pedestal, worshiping what's between a woman's legs, not having no discipline. Think you owe a woman this. Think you owe a woman that. Think you got to prove to her that you're this, that you're that. Thinking that you're not a man if you don't, spend your money on women. Or thinking that you're not a man if a woman spends her money on you. That's not true. You're not going to think that. Because you're going to know your worth on semen retention. You're going to be glad that she's investing into you. You're going to be glad that other people is doing things for you. You're going to be glad that what you are doing is benefiting you. You're not going to have low self-esteem. So many of you guys have low self-esteem. Your self-esteem is not where it's supposed to be as a man. And that's bad. Because as men, we're supposed to have high self-esteem. We're supposed to be, reaching our higher self each and every day. Eating healthy. Retaining our seed. Learning more. More wisdom, more knowledge. But you will know your worth on semen retention. You will not be a sucker for nobody. You will get rid of that mindset of, oh, I need to impress this woman, or I need to be a nice guy. I got to show her that I'm the perfect guy. You're going to get rid of that mindset too as a man, thinking that you're the perfect guy. You got to be this, you got to appear as this perfect guy towards a woman. You don't have to appear that. You're going to be yourself because you're going to know your worth. When you buy things, you're going to buy things for you. If you want to buy a suit, you're going to buy it for you because you like it, not to impress women when you go out. If you want to buy, pants or shoes, you're going to buy it because you like it, not to impress nobody when you go out. Or if you want to buy sweatpants that looks real nice, you're going to buy that because it makes you comfortable when you go out, not to impress nobody else. You're going to know your worth on semen retention. I'm telling you guys, this is the best journey that a man can be on. One of the best, I'm going to say. One of the best. It's a lot of different spiritual practices that we need to get more into. A lot of guys need to study ancient Egypt, and monks, They do all these, these spiritual practices that can better you, that can reach your higher self as a man, that can have you developing self-love and knowing your worth. So many guys out here just don't know their worth. They're sending money to women, trying to impress women through DMs and everything. It's sad that a lot of you guys are doing this. You're looking hideous. You won't be desperate for a woman when you get on semen retention. You won't be desperate for no woman. You won't feel like you have to chase a woman when you get on semen retention. You're just going to be yourself. And you're going to wait on those choosing signals. Or, if you feel like, you have a connection with her spiritually, something spiritually, telling you to go approach that woman, you're going to approach that woman with confidence. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be scared. You're not going to be afraid to look into her eyes or nothing. If you see a beautiful woman, you're not going to be nervous around her. You're not going to be all shook up. You're going to be comfortable. Because you're going to feel like you don't have to do nothing to impress that woman for her to like you. You're going to know your worth on semen retention. This is what it's about as well, knowing your worth as a man. So many guys, you guys are just releasing your seed like crazy. You're just lowering your vibration, lowering your self-esteem. And you wonder why you walk around here with, baggy eyes, low eyes, sluggish, not knowing your worth. Just mindset is just toxic. Just low vibrational. Because you keep releasing all those vitamins and minerals and protein. You releasing all that out of you. But you will know your worth on semen retention. You will not put women before you. You will not worship women. You will not chase women. You will not be focusing on women. Your main focus will not be no woman. And if you're putting your focus on women, they're helping you. They're beneficial to you, in your life. But guys, you will know your worth on semen retention. You will not settle for less like a lot of guys are doing. A lot of guys, the reason why they're settling for less because they're not on semen retention. A lot of guys, this is the honest truth. A lot of guys not on semen retention. That's why they settling for less. Regular jobs, that they don't like. Constantly still going to that regular job that they don't like. Don't want to quit it because, it pays the bills, but that's not what their real purpose is. But they don't want to quit it because they just stuck there. Psychologically, they don't know their worth. They're low vibrational, relapsing a lot. Just stuck. You're not going to be stuck. You're going to want to do more. You're going to want to live. You're going to want the finer things in life. That's what you're going to want when you get on semen retention. You're not going to want to settle for the bare minimum. You're not going to want to be lower class no more. You're going to get sick and tired of that. You're going to want to be in that 1%, guys. You're going to want to do better because you're going to have the energy to do better. Man, I just hope you guys getting something out of this video, man, because, this is helping me each and every day to do better. To give guys more knowledge and wisdom. Because that's what I'm called to do. To help you guys out. And I know I'm young, but at the same time, wisdom and knowledge have no age limit. The truth is truth, whether you like it or not. I'm just trying to help you guys out, man. So many guys just in their 30s, 40s, and up. They're just relapsing like crazy. At the same time, worshiping women. Chasing behind women. When they know that woman only have to offer one thing. That's how I know a man that does not know his worth. When a man is chasing behind a woman and you already know that she only have to offer you is just one thing, you don't know your worth. And you are offering her like the world, you just spending money on her like crazy, trying to impress her, you don't know your worth. If you're trying to impress women out here, you do not know your worth as a man. You need to be on semen retention. You need to get more spiritual. You need a cleansing. You need a healing. Not physically, but spiritually and mentally.